Commissioner Bao, could you please lead us to the pledge?
Yes, thank you. Guess we'll bring up the flag.
Yes.
Okay. I pledge of allegiance to the flag
Flag
of the
the
United States of America and to the republic
for which
for which it stands,
stands
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. So Daniel, we have the roll call.
Ratan Chaudhary,
Aye.
Guy Haas, Vice Chair Kayas, he's not present. Anbao,
Present.
Albert Alcorn,
Here.
Nasir Lalani,
Present.
Jason Wong, Commissioner Jason Wong, not present. Kevin Lay, Commissioner Lee. I thought I just saw him. Maybe he.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
his
here.
mic is muted. Commissioner Lee is here. Oh, he must have gotten disconnected. So, Abhijit Pandey.
Hi.
And we have Mayor Tran here with us. Good evening,
Hey,
Mayor.
good evening, everybody. Great to see
Good
everybody.
evening, Mayor Tran.
Hello, Mayor,
Steve.
Mr. Mayor.
Great seeing everybody, commissioners. Yes.
Okay. And I am just, our Assistant City Manager, Ashwini Kantak, is just joining us. And we have from IT, we have Vikram Chand, our Acting IT Manager, and myself, Interim IT Director here with you. Thank you. We have a quorum tonight, Chair.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Daniel. Next item on the agenda is seating of alternates.
We have one seating of alternates for Commissioner Pandey, Chair.
Okay. Thank you, Daniel. Okay, moving along, item number 5 is approval of the agenda. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Second.
I move to approve.
Okay. Can I have a second, please?
Second, I have Nasir Lalani.
Okay, thank you.
Chair, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, it just came back.
It just came back.
See it
Okay.
now. Okay, item number 6 is approval of the meeting minutes from October the 18th, 2021, regular meeting.
Yeah, looks good. I move to approve.
Can I have the second again? Thank you.
Nasir Lalani, second.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so item number 6 is done. Number 7 is public forum where members of the audience are invited to address the commission on any subject not on the agenda. Speakers must state their name. Address is optional for the record and limit their remarks to 3 minutes or less. For items not listed on the agenda, no response is required of city staff or commissioners. However, commissioners may ask staff to place the item on a future meeting agenda. Do we have anybody from public forum present?
Yes, Chair, we have one public member with the hand raised.
Okay.
Thank you very much to all the commissioners, chair, vice chairperson. I wanted to address Science, Innovation, Technology Commission, as well as the respective commissioners with regards to the ongoing updates, as well as the next year's agenda with the city of Milpitas. It is important to evaluate that how Science, Technology, Innovation Commission progresses through the phases of development within the city of Milpitas, as the commission must be aware that there are 4 development plans currently ongoing. There is a task plan, there is a Milpitas metro plan, there is a general master update plan, and then there is a technology innovation plan that's currently in progress. What is more important, even though, is that commission has already presented a international space station presentation by the different commissioners. So first, that I wanted to suggest the chair, vice chair, respective commissioners, with regards to my presence previously with my presence to the Science, Innovation, Technology Commission as a commissioner, that the name be changed to Science, Innovation, Technology, and Space Commission. Second, it is important that the city of Milpitas consider, as well as the city staff consider, to put the funding of a minimum of $5,000 per year to the Science, Innovation, Technology Commission, such that the commission introduces different programs for the youth, seniors, as well as the citizens to interact within the technology field at different levels. That includes the foreign service programs, as well as including the technology program within the space, the technological programs within the technology itself, within different paradigms, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, AR and VR, segmentations, Wi-Fi services. These services and the programs be established such that the citizens and the youth can participate as a volunteer to develop the program within the city. Also, it is important that the commission members be realized that the commission is a participant of a federal level government, a federal, state, and local government. So all the jurisdictions are inclusion with the Science, Innovation, Technology Commission within the entire United States of America's jurisdiction, and engage and collaborate with the Federal Communication Commission, Federal Trade Commission, to identify the right set of a memorandum of units to sign with the sister cities as well as sister countries to bring more development of a technology. At last, I wanted to emphasize that how much the program development in every meeting is required. So allocate the funding for that. And I wanted to wish all the commissioners, chair, vice person, happy Diwali, and as well as happy Veterans Day in advance. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any more presence in the public forum, Daniel?
No, Chair.
Okay, thank you. I think moving along, we'll go to item number 8, which is announcements from the commissioners. I don't have any announcement per se, but Commissioner, please feel free to make an announcement if you have one. Commissioner Pandey, you had something?
Yeah, so I think for next week, I would like to present something on mobility and traffic congestion. So it's a futuristic technology and it should be around 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay. Thank you. Any other announcements or updates from commissioners? Okay, any update from the city side? Ashwini is here.
Chair, that would be item 11. So we'll be ready to
Okay.
present you. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
sure.
Okay, moving along, item number 9 is business item. We have one on the agenda today for 911 dispatch center presentation.
Okay. Chair, so commissioners, we apologize. Staff is aware that you would like an in-person visit to our 911 comm center, but due to the COVID concerns and the dispatch staffing level during our regular meeting time, it was not feasible at this time. But however, our police department staff has prepared a video for you, and John Klum, our police support services manager, is here to provide a presentation on 911 dispatch center technologies and answer any questions you may have. Okay, go ahead, John.
Hi, good evening, Honorable Mayor, Assistant City Manager Sweeney, and Commissioners. My name is John Klum. I'm the Police Support Services Manager for the Milpitas Police Department. And today I'm going to give you a quick overview of our Emergency Communications Center. First, we're going to start off with a virtual walkthrough. And then after that, I'll explain each dispatcher workstation and the various systems that we use. So Daniel, if you can continue to the actual video, and I'll provide some dialogue during that point.
Sure, Vikram, if you can play the video for us, please.
So this is our Milpitas Emergency Communications Center. The center has a total of 6 positions, and it's staffed between 2 and 4 dispatchers, 24 hours a day, and provides police, fire, and medical services to the city of Milpitas. Every year, the Emergency Center receives over 20,000 911 calls. It processes over 115,000 telephone calls and creates approximately 75,000 CAD, computer-aided dispatch calls for service. And the center is currently staffed with 12 dispatchers, including 3 supervisors and 1 trainee. Each workstation is ergonomically friendly and allows dispatchers to adjust their desk to their desired height, allowing for the dispatchers to stand at their workstations during their 10 to 12 hour period work shift. And next slide, please. There'll be a couple more in after the video. One more previous to that. It skipped one. There we go. Thank you, Vikram. So each of the 6 workstations are set up identically, with dispatchers having the ability to answer phone calls and communicate to police officers and firefighters in the field by the way of radio. So there are several systems that the dispatcher uses on a daily basis, but the 3 core systems that we use are the phone system, the CAD or the computer-aided dispatch, and the radio system. So if you look at that slide that's displayed, we have 2 curved monitors that handle most of the real estate of the CAD and our various systems that we use. Directly to the right, that first monitor is the radio system, and to the far right is our telephone system, and we'll go over each one of those in detail. Next slide, please. So for our phone system, we currently use the AT&T Vesta phone system. This system allows for the dispatchers to answer 911 and incoming emergency and business lines. It displays the phone number, the address, or the latitude and longitude of the caller. It allows for a quick one-button speed dial transfer of callers to internal extension or other outside agencies. And technologically, advancements in recent years has provides text to 911 services and instant map plotting of 911 callers. Currently, this is on a separate system called Rapid Deploy Radius. And to point out what's displayed on your screen there, so that bottom left-hand portion is basically all of our phone lines that come in. On the left-hand side, you see our 911 calls. In the middle, we have our police business lines and dedicated fire station ring down calls. The third column is our emergency lines, and then the fourth column is our police dispatch lines. And up at the top left-hand portion, you can see displayed our different speed dials. So simply by the touch of a button, we're able to transfer a 911 caller to the appropriate agency, or if we need to talk to an outside agency, we can just click on a simple 2-button selection, and that will allow us to talk to that agency.
So
Next slide.
I had a question.
Okay, sure.
I see an icon for language line. And
So yes, if we receive a 911 call and the caller does not speak English and we're able to obtain what language they speak, we simply click on that button and it makes a conference call to our language line services. And basically that will, if the person calls in with a certain language, we tell the language line what language we're looking for, and that'll connect us to a live interpreter, and we're able to obtain what information we need to get that person help.
I have a question.
Sure.
So are you saying that if someone calls in to 911, you would be able to triangulate their position immediately?
It depends on what type of phone they're calling from and what type of service they have.
So assume like a iPhone 12 using AT&T?
Yeah, mainly iPhone, any updated iPhone or any updated Android, we're able to obtain the caller's latitude, longitude if they call in.
Thank you.
So I have another question.
Sure.
Staying with the phone system here. So I have an Xfinity voice over IP phone. Will that show you my address?
It will show you the address listed if that is how the phone is set up to be built. So if you have that address. New technology that I was made aware of within the recent weeks. Also, if as you are aware that there are, cell phone services that come off of your VoIP from your Comcast or whatever VoIP service you might have, those will now be displayed as well in our old 911 system, where instead of latitude longitude, it'll actually show you it'll identify that coming in as a VoIP call rather than just a landline or a cell phone. So they've expanded that technology to show a VoIP call when in the past that technology had not been available.
So in terms of this technology, is it used statewide or countrywide, or just how do we use this technology from moving from city to city?
So with the advent of cell phones, 2005, 6, 7 is when cell phone technology really started to pick up, and we were able to receive, all we would get is latitude, longitude of a caller. Now, as technology advances, we have advanced systems that are able to plot that actual latitude, longitude for us on a mapping system and display that for us. So to answer your question, it is becoming nationwide that the mapping system is being used more frequently. And there are in California specifically, the state is having that technology available to all 911 centers.
Thank you.
Anyone have any other questions regarding our phone system?
I see an icon for CDC, EMD or EHD. I can't read that, but is that, I was just curious.
That is for our emergency medical dispatching. Santa Clara County Communications provides our triage of emergency medical calls. So
Oh, I see.
So when a caller calls us, we ascertain, the basic information, where they're at, their phone number, what type of emergency they have. We start our Milpitas fire units to the caller, and at the same time, we're transferring that caller to the county to provide medical dispatch services. And the dispatcher stays on the line the entire time, and they're able to update our responding fire units to let them know the patient information.
Thank you.
One more question is, do we still have a limited number of 911 lines, and is the public encouraged to use a different number for non-emergencies?
No, the public is encouraged to call 911 for any type of emergency that they have. Anything involving injury, any in progress crime. They are not advised to call an emergency line. That is kind of some old history back in the early days of when cell phones were about, where a lot of the cell phone calls went to CHP. And that's since changed in the last 10 to 15 years. So we are able to provide, the quickest efficient service by a person calling 911. Plus it gives us nearly 80% of our calls are by cell phone now. So that gives us immediate location of where that person's calling from. If they're calling from an updated phone, that'll give us that information very quickly.
Okay.
All right, if no one has any further questions about the phone system, next slide, please. So this is our Motorola radio system. Dispatchers can communicate to police officers and firefighters via the P25 Silicon Valley Regional Communication System, or SVRCS. The Milpitas Police and Fire departments have multiple talk groups for various operations. And Milpitas Police and Fire can communicate with other agencies in the county by using mutual aid talk groups. And if need be, we can patch local talk groups for situational awareness to other mutual aid channels. Anyone have any questions regarding our radio system?
Yeah, I got a couple questions. First one is, on the average, how many talk groups do you think you have set up?
Right now we have 6 primary talk groups for Milpitas, and we have a backup legacy channel that we use in case there would be a failure of the system.
So are the police officers still treating the new radios essentially like the old radios, where they just have 2 channels to talk through?
No, we have 6 talk groups that we use. So depending on the operation, we usually have 2 patrol channels going. We have a 3rd channel for any correspondence that needs to occur between officers. And we also have 2 investigative channels. And we also have an event channel just in case we need to work like a major event or a public safety event or community event. We can use that channel and run an operation separately on that channel.
The other question I had was, are the old analog radios decommissioned, or are they still running?
No, the analog radios are decommissioned, and all officers have the updated, I think it's APX 8000 Motorola radio.
Okay.
Any other questions regarding the radio system? All right, so up there on your screen now is our computer aided dispatch, or CAD. And what this CAD system does is during the phone call, a dispatcher begins creating a call for service by obtaining information in the CAD system to capture that. So once the phone call comes in, the dispatcher obtains the location of the emergency, the caller's name and phone number, and a brief synopsis of what is occurring. So based upon that information, the dispatcher determines a call type and creates a call for service, and the CAD system will automatically generate that call for service, and with a timestamp, the priority and the incident number, and places the call in a pending queue. Then the dispatcher can then view the available units and assign the appropriate unit to the call for service. And that call is moved into the assigned incident window. And so the CAD system also allows for the unit tracking to see which unit is busy, what unit is on a call, which unit is available, which fire apparatus may be in the station, or they might be in the closer area to the actual incident. So what you're seeing on the screen there is the bottom screen essentially is our CAD system, with that mapping system on the upper screen on the left. That is our entire CAD system. So what's displayed on the very right-hand side of the bottom monitor is our available and assigned units. So the dispatcher looks to see what units are available that are available to send to a call. On the left-hand side, in the middle, you have kind of a turquoise screen. That's our pending calls for service. And the screen right below that is our dispatch calls for service. And in the middle of the screen is our correspondence with the state and our CAD system. So we're able to see the license plates, the information of the driver, if the person's wanted, things like that.
Question.
Yeah, sure.
Several years ago, we used to have a very slow computer link to state of California for DMV information. Has that been upgraded?
Yes, the connection with the state is once you run a plate, we get an immediate return within seconds, probably 3 seconds. We will get the return of the license plate, driver's license information. So in the top screen in the middle, that's a mapping system. That was the latitude, longitude that comes in on cell phones that previous commissioner had a question about. So it's not displayed on that one, but if a call came in to 911, you could actually see where that caller is calling from. It'll place a dot on the map and you're able to zoom in and get an exact address of where the caller is calling from. Same thing if a caller is in motion, let's say they're driving southbound on 680 and they call us reporting an accident, we would be able to see, it leaves a like breadcrumb tracking of where that person is calling from as a person is traveling. Or if you have someone's calling who, you know, might be a victim of a crime and they're not sure where they're at, we can use this system to pinpoint their location. And on the far right of the top screen is our text to 911 feature. If someone is not able to call 911 and speak, we are able to receive a text from a caller, and that will provide us with the ability to text them back and forth and get their information silently if they cannot make a voice call.
You know, there used to be a limit, I think a small limit on the number of 911 calls we can handle at the same time. And that's why I think Commissioner Alcorn was asking about the alternate number. Has that limit been raised, or how do we handle multiple calls?
Well, we have 9 different 911 trunks that handle incoming calls. Should not really get a busy signal when you're calling 911. So we're able to handle as many calls as we can answer. For instance, we had a critical event a couple years back where we received over 500 calls within about an hour and a half period. And so our dispatch center was able to handle that large call volume.
Thank you.
Can you give us any more details about what kind of a event that was?
That was an event at the Great Mall.
Oh,
Similar-
okay, got it.
Similar
remember
to
that.
what we had recently, to where we have a large number of people calling into the 911 center, reporting information or looking for information.
Do we still maintain a substation at the Great Mall?
We do.
And does it have a similar CAD system and the radio system and phone system? Or is that only in the dispatch center?
The information I displayed today is only in the dispatch center.
Okay.
However, they do have a mobile type CAD computer there that they're able to view that information on from the mall substation. That concludes my presentation. I'm open to answer any questions any of the commissioners or anyone might have.
Not a question, but
Comment.
just a request is that when you guys are more fully staffed and COVID is more under control, I would like to see a personal tour through there, because the presentation you gave was excellent, but we missed something by not seeing the dispatcher in action.
Sure. I
So
understand.
hopefully it'll come soon, but you know, we understand your concerns, and so when you are available, we would appreciate an in-person tour.
Sure, we'll make note of that, and we'll get back to the commission when that's allowed.
Yeah, this was a good presentation. Thank you. And I particularly like the monitor.
Yeah, we can thank Daniel from IT for helping us find the best monitor to help our dispatchers out.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
just a comment on the monitor. I work in a situation where I use dual monitors and sometimes a third monitor. And those new curved monitors are really the right way to go.
Yes, and these look very expensive. I don't know how expensive these are, but I use typically 3 monitors at work at one time.
Yeah, our dispatchers work anywhere from a 10-hour shift to, it could be up to 14 hours, depends on if, you know, there's a critical incident or anything like that. But yeah, it really has made a difference on eye strain and, you know, the amount of real estate that a dispatcher has to display their information that they need.
Okay, thank you for a good presentation. This was really informative.
Thank you. If you guys have any questions, just reach out and I can answer those for you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Okay, so next item on the agenda is 9B, which is the work plan updates.
Chair Chowdhury, if we
Yes.
could do a quick roll call, and also we didn't do the agenda and minutes roll call either. So if you could quickly go over that real quick, I would appreciate it. So 9A, if you could do a roll call.
Yes, please.
We need a motion to receive and
moved.
file. Okay. And second,
Second,
okay, so that was Commissioner Alcorn and Commissioner Lee. Okay, Ratan Chaudhary,
Aye.
Anbao,
Aye.
Alvaro Alcorn,
Aye.
Nasir Lalani,
Aye.
Kevin Lee,
aye.
Abhijit Pandi.
Aye.
We have 6 ayes, Chair.
Daniel,
Yes.
we do have a hand raised from the.
Oh, we
public.
do. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so Chair, we have a 1 public member.
Okay. guess we'll need the timer for that though.
Yes.
I'll just take a minute, sir. Thank you very much again to Chair, Vice Chair personnel, and the commissioner, all the commissioners. Again, I wanted to emphasize about the system, the dispatch system, as well as what 911 call centers technology is all about. As the technology is developing and becoming more and more evolving, it's important that that the kind of a technology that's being embedded into the system first, when any dispatching system is there, it tracks the call. It's important to know that how the emergency call and as well as the dispatching works, as well as what kind of a location tracking, as well as the recognition and the identification works in terms of a technology. So that piece of information becomes very important and vital when dispatching any calls from one person to another. On another part, that a software system is a one component, but implementing a law and ordinance is another. So having a technological attorney or technological law person guiding the Science Innovation Technology Commission about that, what ordinances to build, and as well as what makes the system better in terms of a technology would become very important. Essentially, in terms of a software and a hardware integration, not just limited to the Milpitas Police Department, but fire department, Milpitas Police Department, public works, city staff, and as well as the city council utilizing the system. So important to strengthen the system in terms of a technology. There are many considerations to take before any law that is being implemented, because as the software is evolving, the versioning as well as implementing the ordinances takes precedence over again and again. So it needs to be kept updating. So my recommendation and as well as my suggestion to the commission is to have the attorney be included with the commission as well. Thank you very much. I yield my comment here.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we'll move to the work plan updates. I guess this is to receive the updates from the commission members and discuss the next year work plan.
Chair Chaudhary,
Yes.
if we could quickly go over the agenda and minutes roll call, I would appreciate it.
Sure.
So we need a motion for the agenda, approval of agenda item number 5. And
So I make the motion.
Second. Albert can have it.
okay, and second was, sorry, Chair.
Albert.
Commissioner Alcorn.
Okay, Ratan Chaudhary,
Aye.
Anbao,
Aye.
Albert Alcorn,
Aye.
Nasir Lalani,
Aye.
Kevin Lee,
Aye.
Abhijit Pendi.
Aye.
So we have 6 ayes, Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. For item number 6, approval of meeting minutes. We need a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner
I'll
Alcorn.
second that.
Okay, Commissioner Alcorn was,
He made the
And-
motion
okay, you made a
Approve.
motion. And who was second?
and I seconded it.
Okay, Ratan Chaudhary,
Aye.
Anbao,
Aye.
Albert Alcorn.
Aye.
Nasir Lalani,
Aye.
Kevin Lee,
Aye.
Abhijit Pendi.
Aye.
We have 6 ayes, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, for item 9B, Commissioners, so thank you for changing your busy schedule to accommodate the special meeting date, first of all. We need to finalize and approve the 2020-2021 work plan progress and also finalize 2021-2022 work plan today. So I'll first bring up the summary of the updates you provided so far. Then we can go over the items to mark completed this year and review potential new items. Just to note, our Assistant City Manager, Ashwini Kantak, will be providing a presentation regarding the Main Street revitalization during the liaison report section, item 11. So we would like to reserve some time to start, not to probably around, this meeting is probably going to go over 8 o'clock today, so I apologize. So we'll move through the summary real quick. Okay, so goal number 1 was digital inclusion strategy. So owner was Commissioner Lee and Commissioner Pendy. Commissioners, do you have any additional updates to this slide? Please let me know, and staff will make note of it.
Nope, that seems on right on point. So goal number 2 was 5G implementation status. So it was Commissioner Bao, Commissioner Haas, and Commissioner Pendy. Do you have any updates to this item?
That looks good.
Okay. Goal number 3 was odor sensors. So the owner was Commissioner Chowdhury and Commissioner Alcorn. Any updates you would like to provide this time?
No, that looks good, Daniel.
Okay, thank you. Goal number 4 was traffic congestion. It was Commissioner Chowdhury and Commissioner Wong.
No updates here. I think that looks good too so far.
Goal number 5 was IT technology projects. The owner was Commissioner Bao and Commissioner Alcorn.
That looks correct.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, thank you. And so next year, so I'll actually bring up another file here real quick for you.
This is Nasir Lalani. I have a question.
Sure.
So regarding the remaining task of all these goals that we have just discussed, are we going to put any kind of a milestone dates then when we will be completing the balance items? So that probably the commission, everybody would know that when will be those tasks will be finished next year, 2 quarters, another 3 quarters or whatever.
Sure. So this is a summary of the work plan going forward. So enlarge that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So typically at the end of the year, we summarize what the commission has accomplished, and we would also like to close out the items that has been completed or mostly completed. So your time is valuable, and the staff wants to make sure that we add the items that are specifically relevant to this commission. And we would like to assist you with the items that the commission can take actions on. So some of these items, I've spoke with a couple of the commissioners, some of these items such as, for example, traffic congestion. This item, being able to get details from some of the external agencies were determined to be somewhat challenging. I think the Chair Chowdhury was working on this traffic congestion item. I believe he reached out several times, but we are not able to get any details from the agency. Is that correct, Chair?
That is correct. Yes.
So some of these items, although we have completed some of them, the commissioner has communicated with the city's traffic engineer. We got some of the details already. So we're recommending to mark these items completed and look for the new items that we actually created a list of the recommendations, so we can go over that and add to this list for next year. The odor sensors, exactly the same thing. We have received presentations from our DPW staff, the GIS mapping. We have a finalized report that we would like to bring before your next meeting. So we can mark this item closed, but we'll bring the presentation in the next meeting. The 5G implementation status here as well. We received implementation updates from Verizon as well as T-Mobile so far. So there's really not much the commission can do from this point on. We will monitor the 5G implementation and technology advancement as far as the cellular connectivity is concerned in Milpitas. But we feel that this item can be also closed. So we can work on the newer items next year, if that's okay with commissioners. So I'll actually bring up this recommendation slide, which I think is very helpful. So,
sorry, so then on the format, so we don't have the word carryover anymore to the new.
We will have some carryover, Commissioner. So if you could quickly go over these items, I can go over which items will be carrying over in the other document. So digital inclusion efforts. So city has been communicating with T-Mobile in relation to the providing reducing gaps, the digital inclusion for the folks that do not have access to the internet or devices to be able to access the internet and so on. So one of the programs that we're exploring is it's a federal funded program. These carriers get funding from the federal government, and these tablets can be deployed to Milpitas residents that need assistance. So the tablets will be provided by the carrier, but it's funded by federal. These devices will be connected to the internet for the first 60 days, and the service will be whoever the recipient would be, they can choose to continue the service or not, but the device is owned by them. So they can still continue using the device, using Wi-Fi connectivity and so on. So what we wanted to do was to see if Commission would be interested in participating in this tablet deployment. So we're looking at roughly about 200 devices. So we want to get basically set up an event probably January or February timeframe. So if you could come and volunteer to assign the tablet for our residents and also provide trainings on how to use these devices. So we thought that would be a very good item for this year, 21-22 item. Second item is research and present best cybersecurity practices for staff to explore. Obviously, we can't discuss too much in detail about our cybersecurity measures that we have in place for the city, but we would love to get your expertise and your research assistance on looking at new products that's out there. If you could actually do a research for us for the products and why you like them and why you don't like them, so we can explore further and contact the companies and so on. So that's another item. The third item is research smart city technology and funding opportunities. Maybe the commission could assist the city on potential grant opportunities for smart city technology. So any other items, any other ideas that any of the commissioners may have, we can definitely add to this list. So let me actually go back over to that Word document. So the digital inclusion strategy is still ongoing. It will be going over to 2022. So that's why here the status is blank here. So items that are not marked completed, so digital inclusion strategy and IT technology project, which is an ongoing effort, those two will be rolling over to the next year. I hope that answers the question, Commissioner. Okay. So digital inclusion strategy, we did add this item. So assist with a tablet deployment and provide training to the recipients. Is that something that Commission might be interested in participating next year, beginning of next year?
I like it. Gives us chance to be more hands-on and involved.
Yeah, that would be,
Identified the recipients, Daniel, for these tablets?
yes, we do use, Milpitas has a Milpitas Assistance Program, which is managed by our Recreation Department. So we will be working off of that list.
I see.
Yeah.
Would this be like a event at, like, let's say the community center where we all gather and teach everyone at once, or is it us going to people's houses?
It'll be an event at the city facility, and we're envisioning just one day, a few hours event.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, great. And how do you feel about these other items that we suggested in the slide? Or any other ideas you may have to add to the next year's agenda?
I think I like the second and third one also, Daniel. These about the cybersecurity and the smart city.
Okay.
So funding opportunities, is the city looking for funds, federal funds, or?
Any grant opportunities that you could help us find, that would be very helpful. Our Assistant City Manager, Shwani, might be able to answer some of those questions related to that.
Yeah, thank you, Daniel. Thank you for the question, Commissioner Pandey. So we obviously do track, funding opportunities, federal, state level. But again, if you are aware of any other opportunities, they could be government, they could be other types of grants, competitive grants. We know there's a lot of funding coming even in the new infrastructure bill in terms of broadband funding. But digital inclusion, broadband, those are kind of key areas that we do see various funding opportunities. And since you're connected, through your work or your interests to other technology kind of maybe forums, it would be great to get some of that information, because there's only so much time we spend on looking for these opportunities.
Yeah. So it's two different areas. One is research or technology,
right,
and then the other is research funding opportunity.
Right. And again, for smart city technology solutions, I mean, it's not like we're not pursuing things, but as again, you're, through your work or otherwise, you may be aware of certain things that maybe other cities are doing that we should explore. That would be great to get some assistance in.
Yeah, another topic that I would like to add is health and wellness. A lot of people have, say, mental issues, as well as they want to sleep better and be more active in different areas. So just health and wellness is a topic.
And so Commissioner Pandey, is that basically looking at technology solutions that would assist the Milpitas community in that area? Is
Yes.
that what the commission would do? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I would like to add another suggestion.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Maybe investigate into more solutions about using technology to prevent crime as well.
I didn't get that one, Commissioner Lee. What was that again? Sorry.
Investigate, products, services, solutions that help prevent or deter crime.
Oh, prevent or deter crime. Okay.
So Daniel, one suggestion would be, because this is all going to be kind of research and then maybe presenting some options, maybe it's one work plan item with various subcategories. So related to health and fitness, smart city technology, and then, preventing and deterring crime. I guess the one, just the one word of caution. I mean, this is for fiscal year 21-22. So that is only about 7-8 months. So just trying to kind of pace it. Of course, you can always continue it to next year's work plan, but just to be mindful of how much the commission can actually take on over the next few months.
That's a good point, Assistant Commissioner here.
So maybe on items that maybe doesn't warrant being a full-blown goal, but we can research on it and present back to the commission then.
Correct.
Yeah, because I like Commissioner Lay's idea, because I've heard that that there was an idea to use AI to predict crime and upcoming events.
That one I'm not so sure of. That one is definitely controversial. So we would have to look
Wasn't there
more
a
into
movie about that?
that.
Yeah, and also the use of technologies like drones to capture more information during something which is in progress. So
Yeah, it could be either for, I mean, this, you know, look into technology and solutions. If you want to make it more broad, not just crime or deterring crime, but use of those services during natural disasters like an earthquake or a power outage as well, could be applicable to those.
And I know we've talked about this in the past. We would just need to coordinate what's on, because there is a commission for public safety and emergency preparedness. So we just need to coordinate work plan items with them in case they're reviewing similar items.
Definitely, at least for me, I would be very interested in working on that due to an increase in crime in Milpitas. So.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Commissioner. So, Ashwini, I think we'll take notes, and I guess we'll bring back the work plans for next meeting. Would that be appropriate?
Yes. When is the next meeting?
So next meeting is so that would be the 20th of December, but we might actually have to move the meeting if the commissioners would like to spend the time with the families, and we can bring it forward maybe a week or two.
Yeah, so Daniel, it will need to go to council before the end of the calendar year. So we'll need to just look for a meeting date to bring it back. Okay. And then were you, I don't know if you were going to also go over the ITSP review. That's part of this commission's work plan as well. So just the annual review of the IT strategic plan implementation. So that'll be part of the work plan.
Sure. It is part of it now, and then we did go over the ITSP during the last meeting, provide an update to the commissioners. Okay.
I mean, do we have enough information to finalize the report for the council? Or do we need another meeting?
We'll have to meet. So I will reach out to you, Commissioner. So let's see. So we might probably better to have a meeting towards the end of November. But we have Thanksgiving, so maybe the 6th of December might work for the commissioners.
Or the 29th of November.
29th of
the week
November.
After Thanksgiving.
Sure. We also have 29th of November, the Monday. So the very last Monday of November.
Because the council is not meeting on December, right?
The council will meet in December. So we're hoping to actually take the remaining work plan. Some of them have already gone to council. We're hoping to take them on December 7th.
Then I think November 29th makes sense. Or even earlier, right?
November 29th probably is pretty much the only option we might have, commissioners.
Yes, we have a lot of other virtual meetings, so it becomes so maybe that's something, Daniel, you can poll offline, but
Okay.
we will need to have a special meeting. And before we close this item, again, there's a member of the public that wishes to speak.
I think we're running out of time, I guess. It's 8 o'clock. Little time check, I think it's already 8 o'clock.
Sure.
Um,
Chair, would you like to have 3 minutes or?
I think you have to keep it to 3
Okay,
now.
keep this in.
Yeah, we have to keep it to 3 or less.
Thank you very much to the chairperson, vice chairperson, and the council members, city staff. I wanted to mention about the Science, Innovation, Technology Commission's structure and the next year's agenda plan. I would like to, I wanted to request the entire commission that there are quite a few topics there, but it has been, it's been considered to be a run without the funding. And I mean, it's very evident that that the city of Milpitas as well as the commission is looking for funding and grants to implement. There are foreign programs, there are PMF programs at the federal level, at state level as well. There are clean energy programs which has the grants available to promote the technological development as well as saving the energy development within the city of Milpitas, which is working in aligned with the Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness Commission as well as Energy and Environmental Sustainability Commission. What becomes more important is that these grants directly interact with those two commissions, but where the Science, Innovation, Technology Commission comes in is specifically within the jurisdiction where the technologies like a face recognition, drone technology, as well as the geospatial data technology, and the satellite imaging technology. These are some of the fields in the technology which allows the granting to be provided to the city as well as county as well as state and a federal level jurisdiction within the commission's policy. And this program would promote the commission to interact not just as a municipal commission body, but as a federal legislative body where they can directly interact with the bills that has been introduced by the congressmen, senators, to evolve that, where city could live in and get the right setup or resource set for the education, health, as well as city, smart city development within the city. So my request is that to consider all the bills, not just from the legislative or assembly perspective, but also to see that, where technology is becoming critical in terms of a development and see that, how much technological development can be upped by integrating the science, innovation, technology at the commerce level, commerce of chambers, trade, IP and trade, as well as patent and copyrights services of the United States. Also, it is important that changing the commission's perspective from not just from the city perspective, but from name perspective, also provides the inclusion of a different technology programs as well. Thank you very much again for consideration of the comments.
Yeah, thank you. So Daniel, I think we are done with the work plan update.
Oh, may I give a work plan update?
Okay, please. Yeah, please do.
Yeah, so for the past month, I've just been waiting on the city to finalize the printing of surveys. So Daniel told me this week or today that the surveys are ready. I think roughly 150 of them are ready. Are the pencils ready as well, Daniel?
No, we'll be picking them up tomorrow. So it'll be ready to pick up by Wednesday. Everything should be ready for you.
Yeah, so I'll be picking everything up on Wednesday, and then I'll start same day. I'll deliver it to our partners as well. So we're gonna get that ramped up.
Okay, great. Thank you. We'll go to goal number 2, 5G implementation status. Do we have any update on that, commissioners? So looks like
Okay.
not.
Chair, I think we went over some of the updates during the slide there. So, but what
That
I
is,
would
that is
like,
what I thought.
yeah. So, Chair, if we could do a roll call on receive and file, that would be great.
Okay.
Item 9B.
Okay. I'll make the motion to receive and file.
Second.
Okay, that was Commissioner Alcorn. It was second.
Yes.
Ratan Chaudhary,
Aye.
Anbao.
Aye.
Alvaro Alcorn.
Aye.
Nasir Lalani.
Aye.
Kevin Lee.
Aye.
Evajit Pende.
Aye.
And we have 6 ayes, Chair.
Okay, thank you. We'll go to item number 10, discussion of future items. I guess you covered some of that, Daniel.
Yes.
Okay, so that's done also. Do we need a motion to receive and file that as well?
Not for that item, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Then moving along, item number 11 for city staff from Mayor Tran. Mayor Tran, do you have any update for us or?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, fantastic. Got a new setup here at home. I just want to commend the commission for another excellent meeting. I really enjoyed the efficiency and pointed questions that our commissioners present, as well as our city staff responding to those. One example would be the dispatch inquiry. I thought that was done well. Now, I do want to take a moment here to congratulate our staff liaison, Daniel Tam, for being named our permanent IT director. Daniel, I believe on your title, it still says interim on the Zoom. I believe we made that announcement, right? From what I've been told. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, other than that, we got the Veterans Day event on Thursday morning. We will be having a 9 a.m. ceremony that we'll be having for the first time in 2 years in person. So it's really a time to get back out there and see each other safely. We also do have a 2-week holiday Magic on Main Street celebration happening in December. Maybe this commission can think of ways to contribute. That's the thing with technology. It really applies to everything. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mayor, and congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor. And next we have city staff report.
Thank you, Chair. I'll be really brief. Mayor Tran actually already started talking about Main Street revitalization, kind of the events coming up in December. We have received direction from council to embark on a pretty robust revitalization effort. If we could just go to the next slide, please. So we do have a Main Street Revitalization Subcommittee, and they asked that we actually go to the various commissions to just share some information quickly. I won't get you, as you can see on this slide, there's a few phases. I can come back and talk about the longer term effort at some point. I know we're well beyond the time already. Just wanted to touch upon the first phase, that's for this calendar year. So there's 2 things I wanted to just touch upon. If we could go to the next slide. One is Beautification Day, that's coming up on November 20th. So if anybody is interested, this is in preparation for the Holiday Magic events. It's happening on Saturday, November 20th from 11 to 1. Volunteers can sign up in advance. We will have a maximum of 50. And basically, we will ask volunteers to park in the parking garage and then walk over to the city parking lot, which is across from the Valley Medical Center. And that's where the cleanup will be happening. For the most part, we'll be focusing on that area as well as the sidewalks around. And the activities will include things like garbage pickup, sweeping, painting of some light poles. And we'll have a flyer going out very soon in the next couple of days. We can also use the QR code here, but we can send out an email to the various commissions. And so next slide, please. We can go to the next one. So just a quick update on what's happening with Holiday Magic. This is going over 3 weeks, actually. We're very excited about it, December 4th to the 19th. And we will have an ice rink, music and food trucks. There'll be community trees and snow globes. So various entities in the community can kind of talk about what they do through the community trees and snow globes. We will close off some of the streets and looking at murals and art installations, as well as banners, tree lights, etc., to activate the space. We are working pretty hard on getting donations and sponsorships, and a lot of community organizations have stepped up, and businesses as well. So excited about that. And if we can go to the next slide. This is, I know, too small to read, but just wanted to give you a sense of the fact that we have a lot of events planned over those 3 weeks, and many of them around certain themes. All of this information is available on our website through the Recreation and Community Services page. And next slide, please. And that's it. I'm open for questions. If anybody has any questions, again, just wanted to talk to the commission about it. And then if you can get the word out, if you would like to volunteer, we hope you'll be part of what everybody's pretty excited about. That's going to be happening over, again, 3 weeks in December. And this is, again, just a start of what we hope will be a much larger effort to activate what was, kind of Milpitas's historic downtown. So with that, that concludes my presentation. Thank you so much, and apologies for going over time for the meeting.
Oh, that's exciting.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So any last questions or comments from commissioners? Looks like not. A little time check. I think it's 8:13. I know people must be hungry for dinner, so I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a nice evening. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.